Hello, Keith here with Math Fun and Games. Today we're going to do PanzerBlitz Situation 4. We're on the first turn, so let's take a look at the situation card. So German delaying action against a mobile force. Battle of Minsk 2-7-44. More economical and often more effective than a blocking action, this became a widely practiced tactic for the Germans during 1944. So up here you see the map configuration, and the Soviets enter in turn 1 and 2 along the east end of the board, and the Germans come in on the north end of board 2. So all the units enter in board 2. The Russians, in order to win, have to destroy German units. Their victory conditions has been on destroying German units. If the Russians destroy 5 German units, marginal. If they destroy 10 Russians destroy 10 German units, tactical. And if the Russians destroy 15 German units, it's decisive. Meanwhile, the Germans have to prevent the Russians from getting on board 3. If the Russians have 30 or less Russian units on board 3, then they have a marginal victory. If they have only 20 or less units on board 3, they have a tactical victory, and if they have 10 or less units on board 3, they get a decisive victory. So for the Russians to get a complete victory, then they have to destroy 15 or more German units and get at least 31 units on board 3. The more units that the Russians get on board 3, the lower the German victory conditions is. Okay, so let's start. So there's a whole lot of units in this one. And right here, this is the Russian units right here. Okay. So the way I'm going to have them enter, I'm going to have them stacked. There's going to be an armor unit and a truck or a half track loaded with infantry. An armor unit, a truck, or a half track loaded with infantry. That way I'm combining the armor units and the infantry units. And all of these combinations are going to go in on the first turn. The second turn, let me go back here. The second turn, all these support weapons are going to come in. But the first turn, it's mainly armored units, half track, and infantry. So the Russians start in turn 1. Ready to go. Here we go. So I'm going to take each of these stacks and bring one by one, bring them on. So this stack right here has what? Let's take a look. So it has an Su-85 self-propelled gun. It has a movement array of 11, and the truck has an array of 12. So let's move it. So it's going to start over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half, and then that infantry is going to unload over here. Now the reason I'm doing this is because this is a natural entrance hex for the Germans, and I want to slow the Germans down as much as possible. The next one I'm going to make a stack of is going to be a half track and infantry, and I believe a T-85. Let's see, a T-35, T-34-85. Okay, and I'm going to have it enter. This down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't go 11. I don't think I can. Okay, 10. I can't go 11 because the half track can't go that fast. So I'm going to put that, and I'm going to put the infantry on top of this right here. Again, infantry and armor together. Now let's see. I like the trucks because the trucks move a little bit faster. So I'm going to see if I can. Here's one. Let's see right here. This is a truck, and I believe it's a. Oops. Stack that right there. And stack that right there. Let's see if I can go in a little bit closer. Okay, so there it is right there. So it's a T-34C and a truck and a rifle unit. Let's move it to the right edge of the board. Let's move it up. Okay, here we are. So it's good, since it's going to be behind another unit, I would have already spent half a movement point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's the unit I'm going to put at that key intersection right there. They're going to stop right there. And the next Russian unit, I'm going to take a half track and a T-3485. Enter right here. So 1, go north, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's take that submachine gun out. Put it right there. Okay, so that's 3 units. Now over here, it's a T-3485 and a half track. Submachine gun units. Now the submachine gun units are different from the rifle units. Submachine gun units have more firepower, offensive firepower, but they only have a range of 1 hex. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 right here. Do I want to unload the infantry here? Yeah, why not unload them? So I can take a position in those woods over there. Next turn I can move it into those woods. That'd be a good position for them. All right. So let's do the next one. Will be the same thing. And I'm going to move this stack along this road. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to unload the submachine gun unit. And then I'm going to take the next stack, which is the same thing. I'm going to unload them in that city over there. Bednost, good old Bednost. And I'm going to do the next one. Looks like, ooh, now the next one, that's one of the powerful ones. It has a range of 10, but it's a 40 attack factor. So it has a huge attack factor. And only moves 7 hexes. So I got to get that unit into place. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where I put it. Okay. Here. It's actually a howitzer. So that makes a difference too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, Well, the Germans aren't going to be able to do any close attacks on the first turn anyway, so I can start moving units about this stack right here. Su-85, self-propel gun, plus truck and some infantry. I'm just going to park it right over here on top of this hill. I'm going to unload the infantry. Where is the army unit that went with those guys? Let's see. What's the army unit with them? Let's take a look. Let's see it. Oh yeah, okay, there's an army unit there. Where is it in the stack though? I gotta disassemble the stack. There it is. Oops. So truck. That. That. And a truck and some more infantry. This one, I'm just going to move down that road. Do the same thing. The unit right behind it. Maybe, let's see. Park it right there. Next. Oops. Take these units. Park them. There. So that's going to give the Germans something to think about. They're not, if they're going to enter, they're going to have to enter further down the road. And now all these weapons, these support weapons, I guess I could have them enter on this turn. Alrighty, so here's the big anti-armor guns. So let's just move all those together. Oops, one hex. We're going to move right up there first. So this is just basically getting units on the board, getting everything set up. So it's a late war scenario with major Russian advances. The Russians are moving fast and the Germans are just coming on and doing delaying actions right here. Put this over here and go up here. It's going to stack on top of that one. Ooh, whoa, I'm getting dizzy. There you go. And down, we'll take this other armory gun. Now I want mortars. Mortar unit here. Just be on top of that second truck over there. And I just have a couple more units. I have a couple more, these 3 anti-armor guns right here. Let's make sure I'm going to move them as a group. Do I want to bring them on the top road or the bottom road? I'm going to bring one up on the north road, and I think I'm going to bring the rest up on the south road. Go down here, right. It's going to go right be on top of that one. So I just want to get, so the Russians are going to get all the units on the board as quickly as possible. So let's zoom out and take a look at what we got here. Oh, the Russians got the lone truck. All right, let's just put the lone truck tagging along behind. There we go. Okay, so the Russians are entering now. Now it's the German phase. So the Germans are going to be entering from the north. They're going to want to get blocking positions on board 3 as quickly as possible. Let's take a look at what we got over here for the Germans. The Germans have some very powerful, powerful weapons. They have some powerful howitzers, one with a 40 and one with a 60. They have a 20 attack, 20 range armor. I think they have 16 attack, 12 range armor. So they have some powerful units. They just don't have many of them. Okay, so I'm going to do the Germans' turn now. So the first German unit I want to get on is going to be this half track and this rifle unit. And we're going to enter. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. They're going to block right there. That's because that's a good blocking position for them. Out, move them out, go back, move him in. Okay. Now I got to see what my fastest units are. So this 2020 unit, I want to get that on board as fast as possible. As 8 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I want that on top of Hill 107. Okay, what else do we got here? And I want this 6024 on top of that hill, so I'm going to put, those two are going to move together. What else we got here? Here's a really, so this Panzer, right, at 1612 attack. So start right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The town of Golod. Want some infantry with that, so I'm going to take that half track, and that's going to, so this half track is going to move with that one. It's going to go down here to Golod and exit the vehicle. Here, doing some blocking action. All right. Let's see now. How about this 4032? I know where I want him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put him on top of that hill right there. What else we got? We got really powerful anti-armor gun right here. So I'm going to load them up. Let's see where we put them. So he can move at least as far as here in Golod. And then he's also going to be in Golod. And then I'm going to unload here. Good old the load. Down, down, down. There we go. Right here. I can actually move him forward another 2. 1, 2, and put him right here. Might be a better place for him. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, but he doesn't have much of a view from there, so I'm going to leave him right there. Let's see now. How about this guy? This guy has 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into the woods. Those woods are nasty. These are nice little anti-armor guns over here. So they can come on anywhere. So how about if I put them, what if I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, how about if I do this? Oh, if I put them too close, no, I'm not going to move them really close to the Russians at this point. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to load that gun right there. The only thing I don't like about that is that it's in the open and vulnerable to fire. So I'm actually going to, no, I'm going to leave that on the hill, and it's going to move into place a little bit later. Put it right there. Okay, and with the armor, anti-armor gun. No, I don't want to unload the anti-armor gun yet. The reason being, yeah, because I want to get that anti-armor in a good woods position. Here's a good woods position right there. Okay, this is the last anti-armor. Move it down. I'm just going to put this right there. And what I'm going to do, I have a couple trucks, and I'm going to see if I can block off some roads. Let's see, 1. Okay, so let's go see if I can block off some roads here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll just park it there. How about this? You know how to get there. Okay, so it's in a gully. I'm going to have to unload the armor. The gun itself right there. Let's see if I can't get some good shots off. There. All right. There and there. And this truck right here. Yeah, it's going to be right behind this truck. Okay, so I'm going to clear moved, and I'm going to pull back. So there you have it. There's my setup. The Russians are on the board, coming on, and the Germans are setting up to do a blocking action over here. The Germans have to be careful that they don't lose units. The Russians have to make sure that they get units on that center board. So it's going to be a very, very interesting scenario. I thank everybody, and I look forward to seeing you on return.